Hey everyone, welcome to Life Interrupted. I'm Astrid Martinez, your host. Each week we'll talk about those unexpected turns in life that shake us, that shape us, and ultimately, if we let them, they can lead us exactly to where we're meant to be. This podcast is here to offer support, to share stories, and to remind you to trust the process and embrace the beauty in chaos. So this week, I want to share with you a story that a friend called me to share about her life. She's told me that the last 2 years had really broken her. She was really let down by the political climate. She's a person that feels very deeply, so she just internalizes a lot of turmoil. She also told me she had not been feeling creative. She's a singer and an actress, and she just kind of felt like there was nothing in her right now that wanted to create or to go out, to audition, and she lost her zest for life. On top of that, she felt lost. And she also fought with several family members and cut ties from her family. She just felt the weight of the world, politics, pressure, pain, and it was just really crushing her heart. She reached out to me because she saw that I was starting this podcast and wanted to know, what was it about? When I started talking to her, she very beautifully poured her art to me. And she told me everything she was feeling. It got to the point where she even tried to hurt herself, and she ended up in a hospital. Warning, please, if you feel like you have gotten to the point where life is so bleak that that thought has crossed your mind, please call the hotline for any type of suicidal thoughts. There is help out there. You can also, reach out to friends, email me. There's so many people out there that would love to talk to you through this process because you need to be here. You deserve to be here. So everything passes. And in the moment, what might seem as monumental in just a day can really change your life. Now, to get back to her story, through her vulnerability and through her sobs, she just asked me, Astrid, how do I get back to myself? And this made me think about how when we're really going through something huge, a change, a metamorphosis, we don't really get back to ourselves. We become someone new. So we're not really overcoming things and going back to who we were. We're beginning again as someone new. So that ache in your chest when you feel lost, all that unraveling is really just a rebirth. It's not the world showing you that you're broken. It's, I believe, like a sacred signal from the universe that you are in labor. You're giving birth to your new self. And it can be painful. Rebirth isn't a destination, it's a cycle that we go through often, several times in life. Especially if we found that we've lost ourselves in grief and heartache and the loss of a job, things that really can shake up who we are. But on the other side of this process, we can really find a new version of ourselves that is more full of laughter, more full of joy, more full of purpose. And I've also learned that version of me that I thought that I was supposed to return to, that version of me was just surviving. And this new version of me that is going to emerge after whatever crucial, moment I'm going through is really a becoming. Unraveling and losing yourself and feeling lost, you just can't grab onto anything and it's a free fall. That is really part of a process. That is your invitation to shed all those layers, to expand and to become. Now, the road to rebirth, yes, it can feel like a lot of sadness, a lot of tears, a lot of loss. But in those moments, you have to remember, you don't need to have any of those things that you're losing a sense of self, or what am I doing, or what's my purpose? Do I even need to be here? You don't need any of these things to know that you are worthy to be here. It is okay to be lost. It is okay to be messy. And sometimes it can take a long time, and that is all right too. There is no timeline. Give yourself grace, give yourself space. And I believe it's in that allowance, in that space, that we really return or go to our new selves. So if you're listening right now and your life doesn't look in any way like you had planned, like you were thinking you were going to be in a certain amount of years, if you feel like a stranger in your own skin and in your own, community and the circle of friends and around your family, If you're grieving that person you're used to be because you are going through a depressive state or a state where you're at a loss and you don't know what's next, you're just trying to hang in there, just remember that you're not broken. You are being born again. Rebirth is messy and it's uncomfortable, but it is holy work. This isn't failure. This is a reorientation because you're becoming someone you've never been. And that takes a lot of work and it takes time. So here are some tools that I have for you if you feel like you're going through a process where you're completely lost. You don't know what's next. You can't find your footing. You feel like you are in quicksand. You've lost people around you, jobs, relationships, friends. You lost a zest for life. You feel numb. Stop asking, why is this happening to me? In some cases, say, ask, what is this trying to teach me? But I feel like in some of these moments, you just have to stop asking. And just kind of breathe and take some space, because every breakdown doesn't have a blueprint. But what I've known is that most people that I know that have gone through a breakdown do have a breakthrough. And sometimes it just takes one day, one moment, one idea. But in that time, till you get to that, sometimes you just need space to let it unravel. Also, let people in on your process if you're not okay. My deepest connections with people didn't happen when I had it all together. It's when I let them know that I was falling apart, that I felt like I was falling apart. It happened when I told people, I don't know either. I don't know what's going on. Let yourself be witnessed in the middle of everything, not at the beginning when you first get a job or at the end where you get promoted or you get a new job, but in the middle, the messy middle, where you're trying to find out what is what. We try so hard in our lives to make sure that everything fits into a nice little puzzle, a nice little package. But you can also leave behind what no longer fits and readjust, As the years move in, some pieces might not fit there. And when you find the new piece, put that one in. It is okay to reassemble your life. Old dreams, old dynamics, old versions of yourself. It is okay to let go of all that. And also feel your feelings all the way through. You don't have to numb yourself. Whether it's grief or joy, feel it fully. And I feel like that's how we become. While you may think that life is falling apart and it's messy, and you don't want to be in that space, sometimes what comes next is even more beautiful. Thank you again for listening to Life Interrupted. I'm your host, Astrid Martinez. I hope some of this message resonated with you. If it did, please share and subscribe and leave us any comments. We would love to hear from you. Remember to trust the process and embrace the beauty in chaos.